Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Aulia Syarifah. Firstly, let me introduce our group members, which are consist of Nurul, Huda, Maulina, Djati, Ihsan, Fardhana, Ratni Maolani, Resa, Kurnia, Lestari, and also myself. So today we will present our group analysis of the article titled Unraveling the Language and Ideology, a critical discourse analysis of Permendikbudristek number 30, year 2021 in Republika newspaper by Rina Rusdiana, Sandi Budiana, and Tri Mahajani. The main argument of this article aims to examine the ideological construction in the national newspaper Republika, a newspaper with an ideological perspective on Islam in Indonesia. Reader responses to the news regarding Permendikbudristek number 30 of 2021. This research applied on Fairclough critical discourse analysis framework, which emphasizes on three-dimensional investigation of any communicative event, consists of textual and linguistic analysis, close textual and linguistic analysis practice, and level studies of social practices and social cultural phenomena in depth. The purpose of this presentation is to analyze the use of Fairclough critical discourse analysis approach as a research method of this article. The use of Fairclough critical discourse analysis used by the researchers focuses on the text analysis, discourse analysis, and social culture, which emphasizes the relationship between ideology, language, and power in media discourse.
Alright, next is overview. Fairclough framework in critical discourse analysis is a framework developed by Norman Fairclough that examines the relationship between language and social power, emphasizing how discourse both shape and is shaped by societal structure. The framework consists of three interconnected dimensions, such as text analysis, discourse practice, and social practice. This framework highlights the role of context in shaping how texts are produced and interpreted, considering social, historical, and cultural influences that affect discourse and power dynamics. In discourse structure, refer to organization of language, including vocabulary, grammar, and coherence. It is used to shape narrative and guide the interpretation of readers. And the relationship between language and power is central to CDA, as language is used to construct and maintain power relations. Those in authority can shape discourse to spread ideology, control narrative, and influence public opinion. In the research article, these concepts are applied to analyze Republica's coverage of Permendikbud Ristek number 30, revealing ideological struggle over Islamic value and national identity in Indonesia. By examining context and discourse structure, the study illustrates how the media shapes societal norms and belief through strategic language use.
And the next is about step-by-step data analysis process. Step one is data collection. The data collection technique and the research related to the common Dikbudristek from Republika newspaper in November 2021 is using documentation data collection technique. There are 12 news articles that are relevant to the discussion, including 5 articles in the form of news, 4 articles including the main report, 1 article in the form of opinion articles, and 2 articles in the form of editorials. Step 2, contextual analysis. Socially, Indonesia's predominantly Muslim population, including many Islamic-based universities, raises concern among government officials and Islamic educators about potential for the policies to legitimize unauthorized sexual relation under the guise of consent. Culturally, the concept of sexual consent conflict with Islamic values and conservative social norm as reflected in the critical reporting of Republika, an Islamic media outlet. Historically, the regulation was introduced to combat rampant sexual violence and inadequate victim protection in higher education, which negatively impacts educational quality and the tridharma of higher education. Step 3. Discourse analysis. The study uses a Fairclough approach, focusing on the text-linguistic analysis, intertextual analysis, and socio-cultural analysis. It examined modality, intentional, epistemic, deontic, and dynamic modality within news text. Out of 13 analyzed headlines from Republika, 92% are negative, primarily calling the revision for permanent linguistic text number 30, 2021 due to its controversial nature. The narrative structure highlights the ideological conflict between the government and opposite Islamic groups supported by quotes from Islamic figures. The argumentative analyzing reflective ideologies such as the assertive that the policies legalize adultery based on the interpretation of consent. Step 4. Ideology analysis. The study identifies ideology through language analysis, noting the use of terms like criticism, rejection, and revision, which negatively frame sexual consent. Modality analysis how dominance of epistemic modality suggesting belief about the policies conflict with religious values. Republika employs agenda setting to highlight criticism from Islamic figures, reinforcing the rejection for the police and constructing a narrative that emphasizes its potential issues, thereby reflecting an ideology that supports Islamic values. And the last step 5, interpreting of findings. The research highlights the interconnectedness of language, power, and social change in the discourse surrounding Permendikbudristek number 13 of 2021. Language serves as a tool building ideology and shaping public perception, with word choice and sentence structure reflecting underlying values. Power dynamic among the government, media, and society creates space for ideological struggle, with media outlets like Republika influencing the public agenda through agenda setting and narrative shaping. By emphasizing criticism from Islamic figures and academics, the media strengthen the opposition to policy and calls for repression. Ultimately, the media trends can drive social change as public response indicate of growing awareness and push for improvements that may impact future policies.
Okay. For the example from the article, the first is data collection. Data was collected using documentation data collection techniques, focusing on 13 articles published between November 5th until 2021. The articles included news report, opinion pieces, and editorials concerning Permendikbudristek number 30. And then textual analysis. The grammar in the analysis of news text is focused on modalities, positive and negative sentences used in news text procedures by both the media and the participant or discourse participants. Include intentional modality related to meaning of want, hope, invitation, and request. The example is, I hope that Permendikbudristek number 30 of 2021 is cancelled. And the second is epistemic modality related to knowledge and belief, which can mean possibility and predictability, necessity and certainty. And the example is, there are still several substances that need to be reviewed, such as the meaning of the definition of sexual violence. The next is deontic modality, related to meaning of obligation, permission, command, prohibition, and warning. The example is irreligious teaching, which is also the basis of our country, believe in one God, or sexual relation outside of marriage is something that not just justified. And then dynamic modalities related to the meaning of ability. The example is the meeting which was attended by MUI Advisory Council and Leadership Council and academic in the fatwa sector, one of which resulted in recommendation related in Permendikbudristek number 30 of 2021. The second is discourse practice. The studies analyze various article types, news, opinion, editorials to assess their role in shaping discourse. And the third is socio-cultural practice. Key terms like violence, criticism, and revision highlight ideological tensions in Indonesia's education system. The fourth is intertextuality. The article reference Islamic organization and national values, e.g. Pancasila, like linking discourse to broader ideological debates. And the fifth is overall conclusion. The discourse primarily critique the regulation, reflecting struggles over educational policy, legitimacy within cultural and religious context.
And next, we'll move into the conclusion. The use of the Fairclough approach in analyzing the news released by Republika regarding Permendikbudristek number 30 of 2021 emphasized the text linguistic analysis, intertextual analysis, and sociocultural analysis. In the text linguistic analysis, the author analyzes the grammar use, which focuses on the modality used in the text being analyzed. Furthermore, the author conducts intertextual analysis, which examines the relationship of a news text with other news texts to find the author's tendency towards an issue. For example, in the article, 92% shows a negative value from the other side, indicated by repetition of the same words, and includes the quotation of experts to support their side. At the end of the analysis, the author conducted a conclusion analysis of the discourse built by the text by using a four-dimensional interpretation, which includes what's going on, who's involved, what relationship of the issue, and what the role of language. From the result of analysis, it has been found that epistemic modality dominates over three modalities, and the use of these modalities in sentences is used to represent certain ideologies. And a Fairclough approach is appropriately used by the author in analyzing the data in the article because it focuses on analyzing the use of word choice and the use of grammar in representing an ideology intended by the author. By conflating three dimensions in analyzing the data, such as the text linguistic, intertextual analysis, and sociocultural analysis, the results of the author's initial analysis focus can be achieved. The use of this approach is suitable for analyzing social practices in depth, revealing the use of grammar and analyzing how discourse is built by a text to reveal the mind ideology of the author. Alright, maybe this is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.